Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel where we'll be speaking about global supply chain, international logistics, inventory management, material planning, and related topics, especially in light of the fact that AI or artificial intelligence has been embedded into many of these processes in worldwide organizations and locations. Today is an exciting day for some of us. The title of our discussions and study today is Bridging Continents and Boosting Economies, Kerala's maritime jewel, India's deep water transshipment hub. We'll be discussing related topics as we dive into the slides that I have prepared. As you see, the contents would span over from the overview of the Vizhinjam International Seaport at Trivandrum, right into why the seaport is destined for growth. This is a brand new transshipment hub, which is India's only deep water seaport on the southwestern coast of India in the state of Kerala and in the city of Trivandrum, which is the capital of the state of Kerala. The location code is IN, standing for India, TRV, standing for Trivandrum, and 01, INTRV 01. Why is it that it is a jewel? And why is it that it will bridge continents and boost economies? Let's move into the slides. As I mentioned, the port is India's first transshipment hub, and it is located on the southwestern coast of India, about 10 nautical miles north of the international sea lanes connecting the east and the west. It is nestled among the various ports on the western coast of India, like Cochin, Mangalore, Alleppey, Goa, and Mumbai. And the advantage that it offers is this is the southernmost port on the western coast of India. The maritime significance of this port and this location goes back to thousands of years back when explorers like Columbus, Portuguese, the Arabs, the Persians, all of them visited the coast of Kerala, which was trading in spices and including pepper, which was known as a highly sought after spice in prehistoric times and even in the past history as we speak. As you see, the east-west international sea lane passes through the Strait of Malacca from Far Eastern ports in China, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and such places, and cuts across 10 nautical miles south of India through the Suez Canal into Europe, Africa, and the American ports. This is such an important and busy sea lane in terms of world maritime trade. Hence, the significance of this port in terms of growth and potential is incomparable compared to other locations that have been developed, as you see here in this image, showing the various ports on the eastern and western coast of India. The connectivity with global markets, as I mentioned, is going to be faster, more efficient, and would cost less because of the strategic location of the port. MSC, considering these advantages, have started three of their major services to be transshipped at Vizhinjam and have designated Vizhinjam International Seaport INTRV-01 as one of their transshipment hubs in the region. The impact on regional trade is going to be huge, and this is why I had one of the parts of the title mentioning boosting economies. Till this time, the ports on the eastern coast of India and the western coast of India were seldom visited by mother vessels. But the Vizhinjam International Seaport is transforming the transit cargo inbound into the hinterlands of India to an exponential level. The feeder vessel network is now active from the Vizhinjam International Seaport into all these locations, which means lower costs per container, substantial earnings for the vessel owners, as well as for the government of Kerala and also for the government of India. The biggest advantage that the Vizhinjam port offers is a natural draft of about 18 to 20 meters. In shipping terms, it translates to the fact that the port will be able to handle ultra-large container ships, which carry over 24,000 TEUs. Few of these mega vessels have docked into the harbor and have discharged cargo with ease over the past few months. The geographical advantage of being positioned 10 nautical miles north of the international east and west sea lanes offer unparalleled access to the east and west international shipping lanes, giving easy access to the Far Eastern ports as well as to other regions west of India, which is the Middle East, the African ports, European ports, as well as the American ports. Let's talk about the log summary of the Vizhinjam International Seaport, INTRV-01. Over the past few months, since the port became online, the port has handled over 170 vessels, managing a total of almost 370,000 TEUs. And it is scaling up to be one of the key transshipment hubs for the world's largest container ships. Claude Girardet of the MSC line, boasting a capacity of over 24,000 TEUs, docked in the port few weeks ago and was handled with ease. These records enable international maritime trade experts to view Vizhinjam as one that is substantially able to manage cargo and volumes with ease and with efficiency. As you see, vessels not moving the seas cost time, money, and overheads in millions of dollars. So the faster the containers are offloaded and loaded on, and the vessel discharged after docking from the port, the revenue of everyone who's involved multiplies to a great extent. The upcoming vessel arrival schedules, which I will be speaking about on the next slide, shows the huge number of vessels that the Vizhinjam International Seaport is able to manage on a daily basis. MSC's mothership services have added 3 of its major international transhipment services to be based out of this new port. And the world's largest container ship, boasting more than 24,000 TEUs, 24,346 TEUs to be precise, will be docking at Vizhinjam in the next few weeks. In terms of port ranking among Indian ports, this port ranked second in cargo among all the ports in India in the month of January. And this month broke the record of being the highest volume that was managed in such a short span of time. The first container ship docked in the month of July, end of July, and from then on, the journey has been exponential for this port. The log summary that we see for the upcoming few days between 25th February and 3rd March shows about 15 vessels docking in the Vizhinjam port based on these schedules. But today is a very special day, as I mentioned to you in the beginning. Today, 27th of February 2025, marks a new record in terms of the ship handling. Vizhinjam is going to host 7 vessels from the morning till the next 24 hours. And I think 3 of these vessels have been already loaded and discharged from the port as we speak now. So as you see, no port in the world which is newly launched has probably managed so many containers as well as so many vessels in the first 5 or 6 months from its operational launch. Potential business opportunities. This is one of the most important 2 slides that I'll be speaking about, which I hope will interest investors and enable them to look at what is the subject matter expertise that they would be able to bring to the Vizhinjam International Seaport operations. The government of Kerala, which is the owner of the port, the Adani ports, who operate the facilities under lease for several years. It's a build, operate, and transfer agreement, are all upbeat about the developments, and the government has announced several incentives for early bird players. The list of activities have been classified into 9 primary business streams that we were able to identify from our study spanning over 4 weeks. And it is subdivided into 33 activities that are classified based on the capital investment required, as you see here. Those of you who are interested in setting up business can approach the government of Kerala or get in touch with us for further guidance and assistance in these matters. Now, we'll be speaking about why the Vizhinjam International Seaport is destined for growth. The seaport is based out of the capital city of Trivandrum, which is in the state of Kerala. The airport that is located, Trivandrum International Airport, is about a half an hour journey from the seaport. And this is poised to grow from 5 million passengers at present to about 12 million passengers in the next few years. Developments have been fast tracked to complement the growth that the Vizhinjam Seaport will be offering the city of Trivandrum, the state of Kerala, as well as the larger hinterland of India and the other states, along with the other ports. The port is destined for growth because the state-of-the-art cranes have been installed, which is semi-automated, and the turnaround time of 23 hours per vessel is being targeted to be reduced to a max 15 hours per vessel, depending on the size of the vessel and the volume of containers that need to be managed. From the time the ship docks onward to the time of cargo removal and loading of onward containers, the entire operations are semi-automated. And as you look at the world ports scenario, few ports can boast about such semi-automated modes of operation. The augmentation of the capacity from 1 million TEUs in the first year of operation to 6 million TEUs was planned to be completed by the year 2045 in the initial study and till the fag end of last year. But considering the huge potential that this port offers, Adani Ports decided that the capacity augmentation to 6 million TEUs will be completed by 2028, which would mean all related aspects would be fast-tracked. The biggest advantage that this seaport offers is that the input costs are in Indian rupees, whereas the earning would be in US dollars, which makes the vessel owners happy, the state government happy, the operator happy, as well as the India government receiving substantial earnings considering this equation. The operations boast a phygital mode, as I touched upon earlier. Why is it phygital? The physical aspects of the proximity to the international sea lanes of about 10 nautical miles compared to the digital aspects of semi-automated operations give the advantage of a phygital mode of operation. This will lead Vizhinjam to International Seaport to unparalleled growth as time progresses. In terms of infrastructure development plans, this year to 2028 would see major infrastructural developments where the port will see a cruise terminal being built. The length of the total wharf will be extended to about 2 kilometers or 2,000 meters, and the rail connectivity to the main grid that connects Vizhinjam to the railway lines across India will be completed by 2028. The 10-kilometer stretch is going to be a tunnel extending from Vizhinjam port to near Balaramapuram, near the Tamil Nadu border. The image on the left side showcases this proposed development. What is the volume of products that is going to be exported from Vizhinjam International Seaport is what we would discuss as the last slide here. products manufactured in Kerala, agricultural products, handicraft, other manufacturing concerns that export goods, along with industrial production from other southern states, which includes automotive spare parts, vehicle exports, and the like, will be exported from Vizhinjam International Seaport during the initial months and the first or the second year. The government has announced several projects to develop the zone near to the Vizhinjam International Seaport, which will include logistics parks, industries that would bring in production output. And as time progresses, we'll see raw material imports rising into the Vizhinjam International Seaport, which would translate into export-oriented manufacturing units springing up in the zones near the Vizhinjam International Seaport. The government in the Vizhinjam conclave, which was held on January 28th and 29th in the capital city of Trivandrum, promised extensive assistance to all potential investors. And in the Kerala investment seminar, which was held 3 days ago at Kochi, the chief minister himself promised that there should be no concern about the unavailability of land. We will provide you with land. We will provide you with incentives and facilities. And this was spoken about by the Kerala chief minister. The Vizhinjam conclave that was held in January saw prominent personalities like the COO of the Adani Ports, CEO of MSC India, major political leaders and ministers, the managing director of Vizhinjam Port, as well as the CEO of Vizhinjam Port, along with dignitaries who attended and led the seminars. So, in a nutshell, Vizhinjam International Seaport, Kerala's maritime jewel, India's one and only deepwater transhipment hub, is going to bridge continents, boost economies, and lead us from strength to strength as time progresses. Let us keep the developments and all matters in consideration as you plan to invest and have your share of expertise being sown in this new transshipment hub. Until next time, see you. Thank you.